Hello! No, I'm not. I'm originally from Canada. I've been in Australia since February and I'm studying at a Bible school down in Sydney. Right, so my dad used to work with OAC in Alberta way back. And so when I found out about OAC here in Australia, I've always been super interested in evangelism. So I was like, I'm gonna get in contact and see kind of what they're up to. No, I hadn't. I had done a little bit, I had done like it once with my dad, but I just kind of stood there and watched. So we did evangelism training first, which really helped me just kind of get an overview on what OAC does and what it kind of looks like. And then I sat and watched evangelism happen online because of COVID, of course. And then, I slowly started taking leads in the conversations, which really helped build my confidence because I wasn't there alone. I had someone always there to help me. And basically I started out not knowing really the first thing about evangelism other than it was sharing the good news. And then now I feel super confident sharing the good news and sharing my faith with people. Yes, it's been a blast. I've talked to all sorts of people, talked to atheists, Muslims, Hindus, agnostics. It's been really fun. Yes, I have. There's two stories that particularly come to mind, but one was Rory. We kind of started off the conversation and she was like, I think I'm gonna go to heaven because I'm mostly a good person and all of this. And kind of as we went through the gospel, she kind of understood where she stood before God and just how sinful we actually are. And then as we went through, she thought maybe doing good things would get her to heaven, but then realizing really that doing good things doesn't erase the bad things that we've done. And she really came to an understanding of why Jesus died, what he did when he died, and that she needs to put her trust in him to save her. And it was so cool. She said, I'm going to put my trust in Jesus. I'm going to try to not do those bad things that God tells me not to do. But I'm trusting that the only thing that's saving me is Jesus Christ on the cross. Honestly, just learning about what it means to share the gospel and just what the gospel means to a world that is perishing, to people that are lost. I think it's been so cool, even in good conversations and bad conversations, just to see the light bulb kind of go off in people's heads and they're like, oh my goodness, this is why Jesus died. Because I think a lot of people don't understand where we stand before God, that we stand guilty before a good judge. And so for them, it is the best news, and that's what the gospel means. It is the good news. So I think ultimately it's sharing the gospel with people that realize where they stand before God, but they are unwilling to bow the knee before their Creator. I think they know where they stand, they know that they are guilty before a holy God, but they are unwilling to end their rebellion against him, and that's one of the saddest. I think it definitely has. I think a lot of people don't do evangelism because it seems hard and they're scared of what they're gonna say, what people will think of them. But the thing is that if this is the best news on earth, which we as Christians know that it is what is saving people and giving them eternal life, how could you not share that? And so as I go out from here, I know that I'm going to continue doing online outreach. I'm going to continue talking to people about Jesus. And sometimes you are going to have those tough conversations where you don't know what to say. But there's a lot of humility found in those as well. I would just recommend taking that first step. Ultimately, it's what God calls us to do. Matthew 28, the Great Commission, He calls us to go forth and make disciples of all nations. And it's something we're called to. And so you need to take that first step of obedience, and God will bless you through that. If you feel like you don't know what you're doing and you don't know how to share the gospel, there are resources, there's training. You can go with OAC in Queensland. They have a great course you can take. And then ultimately, it's just working at that daily and refining how you would explain things and getting people's input. That helps a lot. But yeah, I think mostly it's just taking that first step in obedience, because ultimately I can't save someone, you can't save someone. God does the saving, and He just uses our faithful obedience. He doesn't need us, but He uses us, and that's something really cool.
To learn more about the ministries of OAC Queensland and how you can learn to share your faith, please visit us online at oac.org.au/QLD.